plant to normalize a woman's luteinizing hormone and a woman's follicle stimulating hormone, which in turn normalizes a woman's estrogen and progesterone and give a woman a better chance of becoming fertile. This particular plant, especially if you have PCOS, all right, and you are producing men's hormone or androgens. Mother's wort from the Lamacy family. And mother's wort is what we call an amenogog plant, meaning that it makes things flow. So if a woman is suffering from amenorrhea, meaning that she haven't had a period in a long time, we give her this herb in the mixture because it acts as an amenogog and it helps things to flow. But if a woman's thyroid gland is being affected because of the parathyroid and a woman is producing too much thyroxine, we use mother's wort in the mixture because mother's wort acts as a thyroxine inhibitor. You understand? Because a woman's thyroid gland have a lot to do with her menstrual cycle. See? So mother's wort, if there is troubles in the thyroid gland, we use the herb there together to help the thyroid to help you to what we call inhibit too much thyroxine being produced by your thyroid. Yeah? But it makes things flow. And we use this particular herb called mother's wort for women who do not want to take a birth control pill because it is what we call a natural birth control. Because as I said, it is an amenogog, meaning that it makes things flow. So the old Indian women used to use this herb as a what? As a birth control. All right, before they give you all the horse pee. You know what I mean? Dangqui. Dangqui is a plant, Dangqui, is a herb that helps to move things. It moves the blood. It shrinks fibroids. It shrinks ovarian cysts. And it helps the liver to move excessive amount of estrogen, which is the culprit in lots of women coming down with infertility. This herb right here, we mix all of them together. And we're going to take 1 teaspoon to a cup of hot water, and you are going to cover it for 5 minutes, and you are going to strain that particular mixture, and you're going to drink 3 to 4 cups per day for 3 menstrual cycles. And in 3 months, you must get pregnant if you follow my program. So Dangqui shrink fibroids, shrink ovarian cysts, move the blood, help with uterine circulation, but also help the liver to remove the excessive amount of man-made estrogen, which is the culprit in not only ovarian cysts, PCOS, but also the culprit in uterine fibroids. All right? Red raspberry leaves. Any woman who gets pregnant should use this herb till she's ready to make a baby. Why? Because this herb helps to do what is what we call an alternative plant. So it works to keep not only the reproductive system strong and tonify the uterus, it strengthens the uterus, this herb here, strengthens the uterus and tonify the uterus and prevents a woman from getting what? Miscarriages. So once you become pregnant, if you were infertile, it is a possibility that if your uterus is weak, you might not be able to hold the baby. So we give you red raspberry leaves, and the red raspberry leaves strengthen the uterus and tonify a woman's uterus, and then it prevents miscarriages. And you must take this herb all during your pregnancy in order for you to have a good delivery. Bottom line. Wonderful. Ginger. Once you want to get pregnant, you must use ginger. Because ginger have gingerol. But when you become pregnant, you cannot use ginger, it become a contraindicated plant. See? So this treatment will get you pregnant. But once you get pregnant, you got to take them out and use this plant only. But ginger helps to move the blood. And ginger helps to move things that is affecting a woman's reproductive system negatively. You understand? And ginger works on the digestive system also. Rehmannia, Rehmania. Rehmannia is a herb that builds the blood. And once a woman becomes pregnant, we have to build her blood. Because a woman can get preeclampsia and eclampsia while pregnant. She can get swelling of the hands, swelling of the breast. She can get diabetes. She can get high blood pressure. So in order for a woman to prevent these conditions, when she becomes pregnant, we give her what? Digestive enzymes. We give her what? Herb for the heart. And we prevent eclampsia by increasing what? Danshen. Because danshen moves things. It moves everything. It works on the heart. It works on the lung. It works on the woman's reproductive system. It works on the kidney. So then when you have, or when you become pregnant, and you are trying to prevent eclampsia or preeclampsia, this is the herbs you have to use. You'll never get diabetes. And you have to get a prenatal care of supplement that deals with natural stuff and natural herbs to help to protect you, the woman, and the fetus at the same time. Okay? The natural stuff. Rainbow Light. Rainbow Light. Brother Christopher Hobbs, he's a herbalist. He had a very good prenatal care for women to protect you, the woman, and the fetus, and prevent you from getting eclampsia and preeclampsia. Don't forget, Rainbow Light, woman's prenatal care. Now, when you want to get pregnant as a woman, when you're using all these plants together, you must use the B complex. You must use calcium and magnesium. You must use flax oil. You must use vitamin E. You must use DIM, not the BM, I think the guy wrote it down wrong. It's DIM delivery system. And you must have lots of vitamin C in your diet and selenium. Because as I said before, that selenium, a deficiency of that mineral, cause your cell or tissues to be damaged in the woman's reproductive system in the womb. So studies now, not Patrick does not, studies says that a woman who's deficient in selenium and she takes it on a regular basis, she seems to get pregnant faster because now the tissues and the woman's reproductive system is in balance. Everything is in balance. You can never get pregnant as a woman if you have an imbalanced system. If there is here is imbalance and living a stressful life and you overzealous or anxious to get pregnant, it never happens. You have to relax and you have to go into the body and clean the body and readjust your diet and then balance back the reproductive system. And then your reproductive system will respond to you and you will have your baby if you're a woman. Now, let's go down here. Now, when we are looking at a woman's pregnancy, we try to work on the spleen because, as I said, your spleen is part of what? Of the immune system. And look what it does. I want you to read what it does there. Your spleen produces lymphocytes that destroy bacteria. It is what we call a recycling plant. And by being a recycling plant, your spleen starts trapping and recirculating blood cells. And it stores the blood. So when you are a woman and you get pregnant and you start to suffer from anemia, we go right to this organ, the spleen, called the spleen. And we build it up. And we protect you. We don't give you IFA. We don't give you trihemic. All right? Now, women and men alike should learn that pesticide in the foods, the pesticide that the man is putting in your foods, have serious estrogen mimicking effects for boy children. Because when the pesticide is in the foods and it mimics the effect of your children, your boy children, with what? With female hormones. And it affects what? It affects the bone marrow. it affects the children's bone marrow. And then the children start to come in with all kind of, the girls looking like the boys and the boys looking like the girls. That's what they're doing to us in the food chain. So the bone marrow is present. It is all through our body. It is a manufacturing plant for B lymphocytes. And what does the bone marrow need to function? B12. And herb for your liver and your spleen. So if you want to avoid troubles with your unborn child, when you get pregnant, you must take care of the bone marrow and you must use B12. Must use B12. Why? Because B12 act as a nanny to who? To all the cells, the lymphocytes that come from where? From right here, from your bone marrow. Your B cells act as a nanny when you send your 1-year-old child to a daycare center. They have to be nurtured by the people who run the daycare center. And after your child become a toddler, 3 years old, where did they put your child? They put your child in what? Kindergarten. In the bigger class. No, he's gone. The same principle in the body, in the bone marrow. Children who born and come down with leukemia because the mother was lacking in B12. And once you have B12 in your diet, your bone marrow, once all the cells are coming out as baby cells, the B12 will nourish them as the kindergarten people nourish your babies. And after these cells are nourished, and they become mature, they move into circulation, and they go straight to your thymus gland to protect you, so you don't get eclampsia, preeclampsia, you don't get all these diseases, because you are lacking in the B12 vitamin, making you come down with all these conditions in the bone marrow. You understand? And you don't have good liver health. So your B12 should be taken because lots of women and men alike who have what we call pernicious anemia is lacking in the B12 vitamin. And once they were given the B12 vitamin, the man and the woman became fertile. Now, if a woman eats 5 hot dogs per week, and if a man have 5 hot dogs per week, when the woman offspring is born, possibility that child will be deficient, or the woman will become deficient in this particular vitamin B12, and all of a sudden your child will come down with leukemia. I'm teaching the people. So pesticides have serious estrogen mimicking effect, that children are born with female hormones, and girl babies are born with male hormones. And that's why you have a lot of young girls want to act like men, and a lot of young guys want to act as women because of the pesticide they put in your foods, and causing your children to turn from boy to girl and from girl to boy. You understand? So garlic is important in a woman's reproductive system, because garlic have what? Garlic have germanium, it have vitamin A, it have vitamin C, it have zinc, it have a magnesium, it have selenium, it have sulfur. But they tell you what's garlic is good for all you. Garlic is not good for you, but I fix your ammonia with garlic. Don't use garlic. Garlic is acidic. Yeah, right. All the food protein is acidic too. You see? But garlic is the boss. And garlic been around long before a lot of us. You understand? So, when you want to get pregnant, you have to make sure that your bone marrow is intact. And you have your good forming blood cells and your good fat cells. And then once you have these areas functioning properly, you know what's going to happen now? You're going to have good spleen health. And you will never become anemic as a woman. Your HB going to be good. And then you're going to have good liver health. Because once you have good spleen health and you could store your blood, you have good liver health. Once the blood is stored in the spleen, your liver will function well and you will keep your baby. Wonderful. Yes. So, a woman supposed to take care of her reproductive system. So when I am treating a woman for infertility, I give them all these supplements here, and then I take her off of all pesticide foods. I put the woman on a good alkaline diet, and I put the woman on a good fat diet, flax oil, and I make sure that the woman have lots of vitamin E, because once you are deficient in vitamin E, you get polycystic breast disease. And once you are deficient in vitamin E, the tissues of the ovaries and the uterus become inert, damaged, because the cell damages it. So once you have all these minerals and vitamins, and you drink lots of water, lots of herb teas, no starches, no refined carbohydrates, in 3 months, if you follow that program with no stress, in 3 menstrual cycles, you will become balanced and you will become fertile and you will have babies. For the man, if the man have a low sperm count, we give him similar stuff. We give the man zinc, we give him L-arginine, and L-carnitine also increases the sperm output. L-carnitine does that. So a man should have L-carnitine, zinc, ginseng, Mariopuma, another herb called maca, and lots of amino acid. And once a man take all these supplements and a good diet, he will build up his sperm, because lots of men have low sperm count because of moms when they were a kid. We done. So don't forget, on the board here, those are the herbs you have to use if you want to get pregnant, but you must change your diet and you must get rid of the man-made hormones that they're putting in your foods every day. Otherwise, you're going to turn like a girl if you're a man, or you're a boy, or you're going to turn like a man if you're a girl. Using these foods, all these pesticides that mimic your hormones. And that's the reason why we have so many young brothers and young sisters turning the other way, because of what they're putting in your foods. Let them know that. That's a fact. And that's against nature. Because Romans 1:26 tells us that the man leaves the natural use of the woman and go to the man, which is unnatural in nature. And the same Bible, the same scriptures that all of us say that God loves us, oh yeah, he loves us, yes, God loves all of us, but he said to us, no drunkard, no fornicators, no man who lie with a man shall inherit the kingdom of God. But they're putting things in your food to make you turn that way. And you come and say God is love. Yeah. All right. Wonderful. Okay. I'll be gone. Okay. Your hand tired? Oh, man. There's something that I need to fix you. Oh. Now, I want the men, to understand. It's not all the time a woman is the problem. Because lots of men come to me and they say, man, I woman, she's the problem. And I said to them, go take a sperm check. And they go take the sperm check, and the sperm come back and no sperm. You have no sperm. You can't even breed a fly. You understand? A fly, come on, you can't even breed a fly because your sperm count too low. And the woman is good. See? So when a couple want to have babies, it is always good for them to do things together. The man, check your sperm. The woman, make sure that your tube is not blocked. Make sure that you have good hormone health. Make sure that you're eating the right foods, pure foods. And make sure that you don't have stress. Because stress could deplete the vitamins or the antioxidants that you need as a woman to get pregnant, okay? And don't forget, men, a lot of men come and say to me, I don't want to take my sperm and put it in a little cup. You gotta do that, bro. If you love your woman, you love your wife, you gotta put his sperm in a cup. You know, every time you go put it in the vagina, you gotta put it in a cup sometimes. And you put it in a cup to take it to the doctor so he can look at your sperm count. Because if your sperm count is low and you keep on blaming the woman and say, well, I have babies already, you can have 10 babies that have low sperm count. If you smoke cigarettes, you get low sperm count. Smoking weed, top 2, give men low sperm count. And we know these things. So we have to look at not only the woman, but we have to look at the man also. And once we could combine the man and the woman and have them using everything in balance, then the woman will get pregnant. And we have how many children? How many godchildren we have? We have a lot of them, over 25. We have twins and all. Woman make twins. Woman make twins with my dad. Because I showed them how to do it. You know, because you want to go and get pregnant, but you want to eat a lot of starch foods. You want to fix cancer, but you want to eat a lot of acidic foods. You want to fix lupus, but you know how, because you're eating the same food that caused you to have the lupus. You want to get pregnant, but you're eating the same foods that caused you to be infertile. That's contradiction. So how you want to get pregnant that way? So you have to look at the food that you eat and look at the pesticide and the hormones that the man is putting in all your food, that killing you all every day, that making women get breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cysts, PCOS, uterine fibroids. It's not God that do that to you all, it's the man. And when he does that, you take out your uterus and he tells you you can't get no babies because your uterus is gone. But he don't tell you that if you change your diet and go and eat the live foods, your reproductive system will respond to you and you will have babies, not babies. And don't forget, you keep on giving your children the food with a pesticide, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you all, your boy children is going to start to act as girls. And your girl children will start to act as boys. I'm telling you. And don't blame it on nothing else but the foods. Because all these things are a learned behavior. A man never come and tell me when you see two babies playing. Two babies playing. None of them know who black and who white. They all know it's children, they play. They ain't looking at color. So racism is a learned behavior. Because children know they cannot distinguish who is black, white, pink, brown, yellow. They're just children. You see, but these things are instilled in us. So when they put a pesticide in your foods, and they start to mimic your child hormone, your boy child hormone, your boy come on and say, say like a girl, and you trying to figure out what's going on, is because the people putting the things in your own food that turn your children into guys and turning the girls, the boys into girls. Bottom line, I'm telling you. And it's going to get worse. Because the food chain is messed up. So I'm saying to you, you want to get pregnant? Clean the system up. You want to get rid of tick? Fast. Detox on a regular basis and you will never get sick. Thanks for watching. Any questions?
Well,
wonderful.
We're here on Facebook and we're live on YouTube. Some YouTubers is hoping that you take some questions. But we're kind of running out of time here. But let me see if I can take like 3 of these questions here.
God is good, you know. He made man perfect.
Okay, let's try to go up to see the people who were trying to ask at first. Someone says they have constipation regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give them some information on that?
Without your liver, your bowels can never move. Without your liver, your bowels can never move. And that's the reason why you hear doctors telling you that we just need to clean the system up because the body cleans itself. That's very true. But not in these times. So if your body was cleaning itself so well, why you're constipated? Because sometimes if you have diabetes, or you have high blood pressure, or you have what we call nerves and muscle not interacting together, you could get constipation from that. You could get what we call neuropathy, meaning that the muscles and the bowels, the peristalsis movement, It can't happen because there is not a signal from the nervous system to the muscles to contract, to push the waste out of the bowels, right? So lots of people have constipation. Another cause of constipation is when you want to go to the bathroom and you don't answer the call and you lose the urge. After a while, you get constipated from that too. Another cause of constipation again is your liver. If your liver do not produce bile, because bile acts as our own body laxative. So if that liver do not produce bile and dump that bile in your intestine to give your stool that brown look, you will get clay-colored stool, number one, or you can get constipated. See? So lots of things cause constipation. If you don't find the cause of constipation, you won't fix constipation. So what I do, when I'm fixing constipation, I go to the earth system. So I go to the stomach, I go to the digestive system, I go to the bowels, I go to the intestines, and I go to the liver. And then I use herb for the muscles. I use B complex. I use a plant called wood betony to strengthen the muscles. And I use nervines to cause a contraction or a signal sending from the nerves to the muscle to contract. And then, if you are constipated and it's coming from neuropathy, I will make you eat your meals every day at the same time. So if you're going to have your breakfast at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., your breakfast should be taken at 8 a.m. Lunch 12, lunch 12. Dinner 5, dinner 5. And in that way, you can retrain the bowels to move again if the constipation is coming from neuropathy. If it's coming from the liver, we give you herbs like dandelion root, yellow dock root, and boldo. And these herbs help the liver to produce more bile and increase the function of the enzyme in the liver. And in that way, your liver will dump more bile in your intestines and you will fix constipation that way. If it is from diabetes, we have to look at neuropathy or diabetic neuropathy and fix neuropathy. And once you fix neuropathy, you will fix constipation of the diabetic. Okay? Yeah? Wonderful. Blessings.
Okay, very good information. Someone else is asking, do we have to take the formula or can we use only Danqui and Chestry? Please answer because those are the only things I can source and I feel my body is reacting to it.
Well, it's best to use all the plants that I mentioned in the treatment because it's the formula. And you could call Ambrosia Health Habit. It's called Woman's Formula. And you can call Ambrosia at 718-469-0985. You can ask for Ashanti and tell Ashanti that I asked you to call to give you the Woman's Formula and all of the supplements there, and then he'll put you on a program. But in order for these that program to work, you must use all the herbs together because they do different things to the body. And that's the beautiful thing about herbal medicine. We put herbs that do different things. Some move the blood, some move estrogen out. You know what I mean? Some help the glands to balance. You know what I'm saying? Some help the things to flow. You know, so we have to use all of them together. If you can't find them together, you can always call a set of Ambrosia and they will give them to you for me, okay? Once you have all the herbs, they have all the herbs that are there on the board. Yeah? Bless it.
Okay, someone says they have lupus and they have endometriosis. What do they do?
Well, lupus is totally different from endometriosis. Right. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, and we have a big video on lupus already. Lupus is a phospholipid problem. You know what I mean? Lupus comes from leaky gut, from the digestive system. Lupus comes from intracellular acidosis. You see what I'm saying? So once you have lupus, you have to go back to your digestive system and plug up the holes in your intestines. And then you have to go into your cells on a cellular level, especially your cell membranes. And you have to help the cell membranes to produce your good PGE1, not PGE2, not PGE3, bad prostaglandins. You need to produce the good ones. And then but that's why I said it's a phospholipid problem. See, because I said there's no cause. There is no cause for lupus. Lupus comes from your digestive system. Acidosis, because the cells become acidic on a cellular level. And once your cells become acidic, your cells become overzealous now. And instead of protecting you, it takes your skin and your tissues as a foreign invader. So when you want to fix lupus, you got to go to the mushrooms. You got to go to the holy immunes. You got to go to the flax oils. You got to go to the borage oil. You got to go to the cell membranes to produce your good prostaglandins to prevent a break. And you have to prevent your immune system now from attacking your kidney and your lung and your heart. And by doing that, you have to go to the amphoterics. That helps to normalize the immune, not suppress it now, to normalize it. And once the immune system is normalized, you can never ever get lupus again. We're going to fix it. Trust me. All right? Because we're fixing lupus. We're fixing myasthenia gravis. We're fixing muscular dystrophy. Why? Because people are following a program. Endometriosis. Woo! Tough one to fix. Endometriosis again is caused by what? Estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance. Women who have lots of estrogen. And the bad thing about endometriosis is it damages a woman's reproductive system and causes her to become infertile, where it damages everything and causes a woman to be constipated, because endometriosis leaves not only the reproductive, it goes straight into the colon walls and damages the colon walls, make it have scars. So you can't go to the bathroom, you get constipated. And it have these balls that when you have your period, the blood leave the uterus and go into the tissues and cause these balls to form, and you have pain because nothing can move. See? But if you have endometriosis and it's not chronic, where you're not getting lots of pain before, after, and during your period, we can go into the digestive system and balance it back, and go into the endocrine system and balance it back. And then once you don't have estrogen dominance, you will decrease the symptoms of endometriosis, and if it's not chronic, you can repair it. Okay? Wonderful. Question?
Someone asked, how can I resolve cellulitis?
Again, cellulitis comes from bad eating habits. Cellulitis. You need vitamin E for cellulitis. Vitamin E is very significant for cellulitis. That antioxidant, vitamin E, is very significant for cellulitis. And don't forget, you're looking for vitamin DL, the alpha. D means the liver. Don't look for the DL. DL means the liver less. You're looking for D. D means the liver. DL means the liver less. So once you see DL in the back of the bottle, don't buy it. Buy the D. And when we are fixing cellulitis, we go again to your earth, which is your digestive system. And we clean it up. Just like varicose veins. And we give you a product or a formula called ginkgo and horse chestnut. It's about 8 herbs in there. And what these herbs do, they do different things in terms of circulation. You see what I'm saying? And then we give you what we call carotenoids, flavonoids. So you have a blender, you put some coconut water in the blender, and you blend up black grapes with the seeds now. Gooseberries, blackberries, strawberries, all the berries. Because they have a lot of flavonoids, and they deal with vascular integrity, so they strengthen the veins. So once you have cellulitis, we give you ginkgo horse chestnut, all the flavonoids from the black fruits. You juice them, or you blend them in a blender with some coconut water and drink that. And then we give you vitamin E. And then we give you vitamin E oil with aloes to rub. Vitamin E, don't forget vitamin E oil, grapeseed oil, and a little bit of oil again, flax oil. All these oils mixed together, and you're going to squeeze 3 or 4 lemons with the oils. And then you're going to use that as your moisturizer on the skin. And while you're going on the inside, with what we mentioned a while ago with the herbs, you're using the oil for the outside, and you're staying away from all them starch foods, and all them heavy proteins, and with the better food in your belly. And you will fix cellulite in 2 months. Next question. Last one. Gotta go.
Someone wants help for osteoarthritis.
Osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
Osteoarthritis is different than rheumatoid arthritis. Osteoarthritis is because a lot of salt. Sodium. Sodium goes down and in. Salt goes down and in. So, don't make them make you feel that because you reach 60 and 70 years old, you must get osteoarthritis, because osteoarthritis affects even children too. So it's not an old people thing. Too much salt in your diet goes down and in. Sugar goes up and out. So once you've eaten more than 400 or 200 milligram of inorganic sodium per day. Sodium, inorganic, salt, table salt, sodium chloride goes down and in and start to eat up your joints, eat up your cartilage. And in long term, you start to get pain in your joints, you start to get osteoarthritis, inflammation, all the itis inflammation. So what we do? We try to rebuild the cartilage if it's not damaged by using what? Artery, matrix, flax oil, organic calcium, not in the tablets, organic calcium from green leafy things. We take care of all proteins, all acid foods, and we put you on an alkaline diet, 8.0, 8.3 pH, and then your joint will respond. But you can't afford to go and fix osteoarthritis eating a lot of acid foods and having a lot of salt in your diet. Yeah? And you're eating 3 and 4 meals per day and going to live with food in your belly, in the earth. How are you going to fix osteo? Wonderful,
Okay,
man.
so for your new or some of your new live viewers, can you give them some information on what kind of foods they should eat? You know, because a few of them is asking this on, you know, on how they should eat.
Mia,
And
come. Bring a program for me over there.
What?
Look on the table. Get a program for you. That paper on there. Buy that program. Bring it for daddy.
Please?
Yeah, yes.
yes,
The paper. Yeah. The one on the top.
Please?
Yes,
bring it.
Bring it. Now, the
Someone
diet.
saying they stopped dairy after they stopped eating dairy
Sorry.
after their period. They clotted for a week. No period flow. Please give me your contact so I can order some herbs.
Okay. Now, before we go to that, you see all them organs here? All of them. In order for you to take care of them, they must function in an alkaline system. Bottom line, all of them. See them here again? They must function there. So you have to look at your diet, and then you have to look at how you combine your foods. And then you have to know how to use the foods. So you're looking at a diet. In order to stay healthy, you're looking at a diet of 80% alkaline foods and 20% acid foods. See? So you have to learn the program. You have to learn how to mix your foods instead of having food in an incompatible way. And a good example is, okay, people eat a protein meal. And after the protein meal, they have a dessert. So I'm saying you are deserting the food you just ate. Because when you eat proteins, you're not supposed to have desserts. When you eat proteins, you're going to have a fruit. You're not supposed to eat a fruit after a protein meal. So you have to learn how to use the foods. And this program will tell us that, how to use the foods. See, we are trying to get a brother to have it on my page so you all could download it free and read upon it and see how it works. Because when you're eating a certain amount of foods and all your organs is clogged up with all these acids, they don't function well, even your joints. Because your joints need an alkaline system in order for your joint to function properly.
Okay, so how can they get this program so they can follow?
Well, you see, you can send me your email, but it's very difficult for me. And then I don't want people to come and cuss me and say, I've been calling you since last month and I haven't been getting an answer, because it's a lot of people.
Like they always do, right?
You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that because, it makes me feel bad. And I remember I run a clinic, I have a family, and I'm always on the run. So I don't want you all to feel that I don't want to answer anybody, but because there's thousands of people every day. It's a lot, it's amazing. But I have a lot of love. So I'm saying that there is a brother called, I think it's Darren, who is trying to put this program on my page. And you can go and download it free. And you could just print it out and follow it properly. And you will see, while you're using this program, you're going to see all them symptoms that you have start going away. because your body's at the balance band. See, that's the key. Yeah.
Okay, so there's something in process where they would be able to download this
For free.
BioLife program
Yeah,
for free.
Yeah, we're working on that now. The guy is gonna hook it up.
So
We're gonna get
once
the whole
this is
program.
done, people, then all you will get to know, okay, through the live videos, and
Yeah.
then y'all would be able to download it for free. It's free of cost, you know,
Yes,
so
it's free.
y'all can proceed with it, healthy eating and stuff, you
Yeah,
know.
because it's not about money to me, Come on, man, it's not about money to me. Because you have to have love for people, and I cannot see about the whole world because there's trillions of people. So if I could pass a message on to someone, and then they could pass it on to somebody else, you know what I mean? They don't have to come to me because you already know, and you pass it on to somebody else. You understand?
Someone is asking real quick. This is the last question, but she's been asking for quite a while. She said, please address prostate issues. So maybe you can give her a quick run through on prostate cancer. She asked first, but she comes back and asks about prostate issues.
Well, black men
So
have the most prostate issues in the world. African people, men, not in Africa, but in the West. Why? Because we incorporate an X-Man diet. So you're having our young brothers now dying from prostate cancer. We had a program at Chalk Event too on prostate cancer. How we repair it naturally by what we ask him to do. He's disciplined. Men doesn't understand that once you pass the age of 30, you do not produce sperm every day. You produce sperm every 3 days. See? So if you abuse the prostate gland, long term, the prostate gland will never take care of you. Lots of men do not feed the prostate gland zinc. It's the mineral that is the most abundant in the prostate and in the thymus gland. Right here. See? That's number one. Number two, men, when you are sitting on the toilet bowl, make sure that you elevate your feet at least 1 foot up, or put a stool in front of your toilet bowl and put your feet on top of the stool. Why? Because when you do that, you are saving your prostate gland, because you won't have waste or fecal matter sticking in the sigmoid, which can send the stool or the waste matter, fecal matter that is, into your prostate and cause your prostate to swell or cause you to get prostate cancer. Because now we are losing men in the 50s from prostate cancer. See? So in order for a man to take care of the prostate, he must take care of the earth system, because he have to have nutrients in the prostate gland. And if he abuses sex, or if he don't have sex at all, and his prostate gland have to secrete that fluid, prostatic fluid, to send into the man's testicles. If you can't have an erection, and that prostate secreting that fluid, and it can't come out, you're going to have troubles in the prostate gland also. If you don't take saw palmetto as a man, you can have troubles or get prostate cancer, because that particular plant called saw palmetto prevents prostate cancer from forming in a man's prostate, because it does what? It prevents 5-alpha reductase, which is an enzyme, from converting into dihydrotestosterone, which causes a man to have prostate cancer. So a man should take a prostate supplement with saw palmetto and 50 milligrams of zinc per day. Elevate his feet on the toilet bowl, because your prostate is not part of the urinary system, but it can give you troubles there because of where it is located, right under the ureter. But as we get older, the prostate grows. So what I do for me, I exercise my prostate. I don't want it to get big, because my father died from prostate cancer. See what I'm saying? So I'm prone. So I prevent. So I exercise my prostate cancer by squeezing my scrotum and exercising it for 30 seconds per day. And I get it strong so it don't swell. And then I clean it up on a regular basis. I keep it clean So I don't have trouble in the prostate gland. So we're going to have maybe another 15-minute program on showing men how, especially our young brothers, how to take care of the prostate gland. Because let me tell you all, brothers, now you're all young, but trust me. You say you past 30, trust me, brethren. You past 30 enough age, you won't come to Patrick Dell eventually.
Okay, so before we go, we're about to close off now.
Yes.
So we asked you the question about, a woman was asking about the clotting after she quit eating dairy. So
She clotting? After she finished eating dairy,
she
she's
stopped
clotting?
eat dairy.
She started clot.
Yeah.
Right. But if she's clotting, that means she have what we call blood stasis. Blood stasis means that things are not flowing well. See? Because of something going on in her reproductive system. So in order to prevent that, you have to get magnesium. A woman should take 800 milligrams of magnesium per day to help the nerves and to prevent period pain, dysmenorrhea. A woman should take danqui, ginger, cinnamon, don't forget, danqui, ginger, cinnamon, prickly ash, ginkgo, and another herb called horse chestnut. Don't forget the name. Excuse me. If you take these herbs together and the red raspberry leaves, and you have them as a tea on a regular basis, they will increase uterine circulation, and they will prevent the blood from clotting, because now they're moving the blood, and you will never have blood stasis or clots when you're having a period. Right? Clot means that your blood is stagnated. It's not moving properly. So work on your liver. First, do a gallbladder flush or a liver flush, and then implement this herb in your diet, and I could guarantee you 1,000% that you will never clot again. Blessed love, and give Jehovah God all the glory, and give him all the praise, because all praise is due to him only, and him alone, no other man. Don't give me no glory, give it to him. And I ask him all for wisdom and knowledge. And don't forget, keep your children away from drugs like cigarette, alcohol, cocaine, because these drugs are the devil, and they keep our children's mind stagnated. Trust me. You understand? Don't forget, and don't forget to give the thanks and praises to who?
To Jehovah God.
To the Most High who? Mia?
God.
Jehovah? Jehovah God. Give him all the glory. Blessed love.
Okay, so once
Blessed
again,
love.
thanks everybody for watching,
Yes.
and please tune in again when we're on again. So until then, can you please give them your number before you go?
The number is 473
contact
1
you.
before 1473 416 2310 or 1473 536 4046. I have WhatsApp. You can add me on WhatsApp. And don't if you send me a message, I may take a little while to get back to you, because it's about over 2,000 messages in my WhatsApp alone, plus Messenger. So it's going to take me a little while, okay? But I will get back to you eventually. All right? The number again, 1473 416 2310 or 1473 536 4046. Or you can email me, naturalhealingofthebody75@gmail.com, naturalhealingofthebody75@gmail.com, or you can go to the website and www.patrickdelves.com, and you can send a message there for me, and then the social media manager will send a message to me, okay? And don't forget, we have our t-shirts, Natural Healing of the Body, and we getting the t-shirts passed on to other people who will try to live a clean and healthy life and prevent the disease. Blessed love, and give thanks and praises to Jehovah God, the only creator of the heavens and the earth. Give him all the glory. Blessed. The next presentation is going to be on colon cancer, and I'm going to show you how you get it, and if you have it, I'm going to show you how you could shrink the tumor in your colon and prevent your cancer from going to your liver and save your life. Blessed. Thanks.
Okay, so one more thing. Where can they purchase the herbs from?
Ambrosia Health.
From
Ambrosia ship all
yeah.
over the world. You know what I mean? Ambrosia Health, 3306 Church Avenue, between New York Avenue and 34th Street. The number is 718-469-0985. Ask for Ashanti. You know what I mean? And tell Ashanti I asked to call.
Right.
All right? Blessed.
All right.
Give thanks.
So until the next time we live, guys, thanks everybody for watching. See you next
And
time.
don't forget, we love you. We love you all. From here, not from there. And I want to get all the love back because love is the only thing that could make the world a better place to live. Don't forget that. Peace.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right.
No.